Roots Wadada Showcase number 7. Special showcase. I hope you're all tuning in. If you're not on, don't worry yourself. We're just going to be run it. And welcome to one and all. Today is something extremely special. Chop Chop Production Showcase Part 2. We will have interview Father Chop, Fire Cole, and Isis I. A lot of surprise, a lot of top quality music. And again, thanks to Bendigo for sponsoring it, and the conductor, Fasimbas Afrikan Vanguard, the root sound system. So we're going to start this, and with the blessing of Rastafari, we're going to do our very best, because guidance and protection is along the way. Before we start it, we want to give a special shout to extremely important brother, African defender, who just left us, transition on the other realm to become an ancestors. And I dedicate this one to Runoko Rashidi, the African defender, original warrior.
He protects my going out and coming in. He protects my going out and coming in. He protects my going out and coming in. The conquering lion. Fasimbas so fly, his music is high. He preserves our culture, he is a royal eye. Bless up to my tone, Diallo and Sly. A Bendigo Records, the honor is mine. Fire Cold music, his skill set so high. Honorable Mark is so special to I. Intention is always to hail for a ride. Fire burn Babylon, them dirty eye. I soar like a falcon, and I tell lie. You always cut and clear a path for I. Blessed angels who are in the flesh. Spiritual grounding, we are so blessed. Sometimes utterances can't express. Fire burn pagans who try to test. Free up your meds and look within. Ask for a pardon, refrain from sin. He protects my going out and coming in. He protects my going out and coming in. He protects my going out and coming in. The conquering lion. Jerusalem schoolroom taught I truth. Recharge your goodie with Jaja's rays. Give thanks for life, Rastafari with praise. Know thyself, it's not just a phrase. One and one love amongst I and I. He protects my going out and coming in. He protects my going out and coming in. He protects my going out and coming in. The conquering lion.
Yes, original dub plate from Isis I, the rhythm called Protector. So right now we're going to introduce a special new rhythm called Ja Love. And we have Papi Judah with the tune called Want to Leave. Then My Whole Life by Ranoko Simon Splinter. And Like Your Style by Touch of Gold. So hear the new rhythm called Ja Love rhythm. You hear this? Here come.
Oh, hey, oh, 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 hey, oh. Then you say, if you want to leave where the rain fall and water flow. If you want to leave where the sun shine and grass grow. If you want to leave where the rain fall and water flow. If you want to leave where the sun shine and grass grow. Peace Corps and 10, that is the protocol. Preserve life, that is essential. Everyone should be living equal. One set of them having all the material. Them have the gold and diamond a store, and the youth in the ghetto so poor. Only Rastafari knows the reflection of the rainbow. And if them ever know what life have in store for them would have brought the children from Cockburn, Penn and Augustown. Them can't tell the youth to come around. Oh, if you want to leave where the rain fall and water flow. If you want to leave where the sun shine and grass grow. If you want to leave where the rain fall and water flow. If you want to leave where the sun shine and grass grow. The Most High live in everyone, and over the land him give man dominion. You alone want inherit the joy of his creation, and I visit a look in wonderland. But Rastafari give me the strength and the meditation. Give me the heart we go turn down Babylon. Power within and me soul in hand. Them can't escape with corruption. All they do is lead the children astray. But I know for everyone man they will have to get their pay. Oh, rise and show the youths the right way to life. Never brainwash them, never mislead them. Rastafari love them. Oh, if you want to leave where the rain fall and water flow. If you want to leave where the sun shine and grass grow. If you want to leave where the rain fall and water flow. If you want to leave where the sun shine and grass grow. Got to give thanks for the rising of the sun, the moon and the star. I see a kingdom come. Got to glorify all his creation, the birds and the bees, fishes of the sea. Oh, everything is so beautiful in my sight, so I got to rejoice. Oh, tell me if you want to leave where the rain fall and water flow. If you want to leave where the sun shine and grass grow. If you want to leave where the rain fall and water flow. If you want to leave where the sun shine and grass grow. If you want to leave where the rain fall and water flow. If you want
Yes, for real. Full of gratitude lyrics. Yes, we want to live where it's clean, where rain and sun and grass green. Nobody want to live in this Babylonian unhealthy environment. So we give thanks for these lyrics, uplifting and positive. Ja, Levi, serious lyrics. We give big thanks, Papi. Here come the next one.
music. My whole life I've been doing music, writing and composing music. So I don't see the one to come confuse me. Think when I come for the shot much, I just come to do music. My whole life I've been doing music, writing, composing music. So I don't see the one to come confuse me. Think I am behind them. I just come to do music. My whole life I've been doing music, writing and composing music. So I don't see the one to come confuse me. Think when I come for the chat much, I just come to do music. My whole life I've been doing music, writing and composing music. So I don't see the one to come confuse me. Think get to me, I come from a meeting them way. Them for no say you sign and say. Who can hear you? The burn up the the leaders of the world of a fraud. All of the youths, them not the streets at all. We them deal with the youths, them now them deal with them hard. Rastafari stand tall. I don't come to talk much, I just come to do music. My whole life I've been doing music, writing and composing music. So I don't see no one to come confuse me. Think when I come to chat much, I just come to do music. My whole life I've been doing music, writing and composing music. So I don't see no one to come confuse me. Think hot like fire, yo, nah, call you straight. Them for no say the instant parade. We spoke from one of the darkest, one of the hardest. I'm so glad I see you here, songs and praise. Get a lot of rise up for the cold concrete and give them a surprise. My mother want things and my friend them be a strive. So if you stand and once I breathe it from my eyes, but come to the chat much. I just come to do music. My whole life I've been doing music, writing and composing music. So I don't.
Yes, Simon Splinter with Ranoko. Serious all life. Just deal with some positive, clean music. And it's so true. You can attest to the clean, beautiful lyrics. So that's why I love roots music. I love Rasta music. Now you come touch a goal into this one called Like Your Style. Hear this?
Touch a goal. Pretty girl, we must carry on. Empress, right on. Your body's here with me, and your mind is on the other side of town. You must be around. Your body's here with me, and your mind is on the other side of town. Told me to stay out here tonight when we agreed to try it one more time. My job to work and protect you when you will make our own life supply. I keep giving you cry and the midnight. I want the world
Yes, touch a goal. On Jah Love Rhythm. The tune called I Like Your Style.
I just can't make you feel the same. I do all I could do, yeah, for you, darling. Still my love, burning upside down. It's getting late in the street. Now down there for me. When you get there, you get down. Never always around. Your body's here with me, and your mind is on the other side of town. You mustn't be your body's here with me, and your mind is on the other side of town.
Yes. So I believe we have on the line Father Chop. Father. Yes. I believe we ought to have Father Chop on the line.
Well, Emmanuel, I, King Selassie, I, Jah,
Rastafari. Well, welcome, Father Chop. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Before the show, I sent some question around and asked what type of question those who are listening to us would like to ask you. So I gathered a few questions, and I hope I'll have time to mention all of them. They're really interesting. So, how are you first, Father Chop? Where are you calling from? You're calling from out of America, right?
I'm into the Caribbean island at this moment, at the hour of the day.
Oh, how is the weather there?
So I'm in Dominica.
Oh.
I'm in Dominica right now.
Beautiful. It's beautiful there?
Beautiful. It's a nature island. It's so beautiful that, I give thanks to the Most High I'm here at this moment. Beautiful.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So, may I start with the first question?
Positively.
Thank you. So, why did you name Chop Chop your label?
I'm a man love to do farming. I love to use cutlass.
Yeah, cutlass.
Yeah, because I'm a youth, grew up into a lot of land and within farming. So I love to use cutlass within the aspect of nature, aspect of life.
Yes,
so
Papa.
that gives me the privilege to create a name for something gonna be for the future. And it's gonna be well sharp because the cutlass is sharp. So whatever I do, it's gonna be sharp. So I create it and call because chop chop now, I look into the dictionary first. And I look into the dictionary, I see it means key definition. It means chop, chop, and chopping.
Okay. So
when I look into the dictionary,
yes,
and I see the chief definition of chop. So I decide to say I double the CHOP and I use the double CHOP to embrace the production with two soda, with two cutlass same way.
Well, that's a heavy name. That's a serious name. First time I heard your name was like 10 years ago, the label name. And not only did the name impress me, Chop Chop, but your music you've been putting out is one of the top quality, and your message, the lyrics of all your singers. It's just like, I was just like kind of surprised because unfortunately somehow out of Jamaica, some of the music sometimes is not as powerful as it used to be. I grew up during the time where roots reggae music was music of serious resistance and dignity and Marcus Garvey message. So I'm not saying anything wrong to other artists, but I'll say this. Your label, Chop Chop, and your musician, the type of music that we putting out is great for Africa, it's great for the African youth. That's all I have to say on that note.
Listen, I'm a man of principle, and I'm going to a school, Jerusalem Schoolroom. I went to Jerusalem Schoolroom. Jerusalem Schoolroom teach me uprightness within everything that you do.
Yeah.
So I'm in Jerusalem School because it's the same thing in Jerusalem School. It's the same thing within the music. It's upright in Jerusalem School. So you're going to leave Jerusalem School within the music. You're going to upright within the music. You're going to find the artists them who have that same spirituality and that same aim like I and that same destiny and that same God, because it's a spiritual thing. You will certainly have to find the individual there to continue, because Marcus Garvey said it, Emperor Haile Selassie said it, King Emmanuel said it. So it's three Godhead spirit we working with within the life living that we have in this Iowa.
I see. Thank you so much for being so precise in your explanation and your answer. The next question would be, it goes with the same type of answer, but the next question is, how did you get into the faith of Rastafari? Yeah.
Everything in within me, because everything was created in me within a process of time. It's gonna manifest. So in my process of time, being around some Rasta, and that was into me from creation. So being around Rasta is what I say. As a child, in and around Rasta, hearing the thing where Rasta said, see the thing them where Rasta do, because it's the whole aspect of Marcus Garvey is my thing. In Marcus Garvey, when you come on to the Rastafari, Marcus Garvey was my edify me, because we have people around me know Marcus Garvey, edify me about Marcus Garvey. But into the real aspect of Rastafari is when I go to Jerusalem School, Bobo Hill, because me treading on the earth, Naya Bingi and all of these. But when we go Bobo Hill and see the real aspect of life within Bobo Hill and the life that into the earth is totally different.
Father Chop, you've been mentioning twice Jerusalem School and Bobo Hill, but right now that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play some music, and then when we come back to the question, this will be my next question. What is this Jerusalem School, Bobo Hill, all these key words that we keep hearing left and right all around, but you are truly in the right position to instruct us, to let us truly know what are the symbols of these key words. So can I run some tune with your permission?
Positively.
Very good. We're going to do this right now. Then after those few tunes, we're going to come back to the questions, and we will get more clarity and knowledge on this very important concept and tune. Wadada. Yes, Nicholas Lionfish, original tune called Shine, 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 on the rhythm called Hello. Exclusive Chop Chop production. Chop, 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 chop them, chop, I chop them, chop.
Walk
nice soul vibes there. Beautiful production. Nice, nice. Yes, you also want to say thank you for all those, Exactly. Let's bring it up to the first drop. Yes, first we want to say thank you to all those tuning in on YouTube and Facebook. Right now, we cannot send any shout because we're focusing on the phone call and the music. So please do apologize if I didn't send no shout. But you do know how much grateful and thankful the label Chop Chop, Fasimbas, Abendigo, Sister Isis High, Fire Cold, all these artists, all these musicians, all these selectors are grateful because without our audience, without 1, 2, 3 who are tuning in just to give us more strength, give us more support, and to show that what we are doing does matter, that we all matter. Visibility thanks to the power of this symbol of absolute liberation, dignity, of clean life, of green grass, clean air, free education, true living wage, where you work and you get money so you can take care of your family and your community. These are the symbols of reality. So we give thanks to those joining on, supporting us. So the next tune coming up, man named Mark Wanda. We know Mark Wanda, big brother. Fire them on the rhythm of Jalove. So here we go. Facebook, Wadada. YouTube, Wadada. Here, none of us have forgotten. All of us matters.
If you want me to hurt you, I won't. 'Cause that's not what I'm all about. No. But if you want me to love you, yes I will. That's what I'm all about.
Yes, Diallo, Wadada. Agabase, Wadada, Dwayne Mondell, Wadada. Neo, Wadada. Mikey Dread, Wadada.
If you want me to hurt you, I won't. 'Cause that's not what I'm all about. No. But if you want me to love you, yes I will. That's what I'm all about. Yeah.
Yes, Antoine.
Marcus, Black Panther,
Higher.
ends one, meditative music.
There's a special voice there, Antoine.
I salute thee, yeah. Listen, the higher I love maintains, as I trust within this life. Center I guide the lines. The higher I love rises I. Higher I love maintains, as I trust.
Wadada Kalu, Wadada. From far away, I can hear you. Thank you. Antoine. Nice, nice.
Only bow down, no.
I'll play this again for the very first drop.
Should never feel lowered before.
Antoine.
Jump Productions, reaching higher. Jump Marcus, Black Panther, ends one, meditative music. Higher I love, yes. As I salute thee, yes. Listen, the higher I love maintains, as I trust within this life. Center I guide the lines. The higher I love rises I. The higher I love maintains, as I trust within this life. Center I guide the lines. The higher I love rises I. So brothers and sisters, rises I. Only bow down, no. Do so because kings and queens royalty should never feel lowered before. In overstandard, she'll always outgrow lower frequency mental flows. Better know, higher love shall show thee the way. Maintain in this life, alive. The higher I love maintains, as I trust in this life. Center I guide the lines. The higher I love rises I. The higher I love maintains, as I trust in this life. Center I guide the lines. The higher I love rises I. Maintains within this life. Brothers and sisters, rises at only bow down, no. Do so because kings and queens royalty should never feel lowered before.
Article vibes.
In overstandard, she'll always outgrow.
Up full standards.
See mental flows. Better know, higher love shall show thee the way. The higher I love maintains, as I trust.
Higher heights.
Center I guide the lines. The higher I love rises I. The higher I love maintains, as I trust in this life. Center I guide the lines. The higher I love rises I. Higher I love shall maintain, sustain, as I trust in this lifetime, this life. Center I guide shall align. Higher I love, for rises I.
Yes, Antoine, we give thanks for higher tune. Yes, Antoine, we give thanks for higher tune. Yes, Antoine, we give thanks for higher tune. Chop, Father Chop.
Excellent, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for holding on. Chop, Father Chop.
Excellent, right?
Yes, yes. So thank you for holding on. I believe there is someone who has an echo and we're getting echo. So if we can just turn it down. So thank you for holding on. I believe there is someone who has an echo and we're getting echo. So if we can just turn it down. So thank you for holding on. I believe there is someone who has an echo and we're getting echo. So if we can just turn it down. Yes, Father Chop. So the next question would be, we say that how did you come into the faith, right? And you were using. Father Chop. So the next question would be, we say that how did you come into the faith, right? And you were using. You're using these keywords such as Jerusalem School. So what is the Jerusalem School? You're using these keywords such as Jerusalem School. So what is the Jerusalem School? You're using these keywords such as Jerusalem School. So what is the Jerusalem School? Father Chop, the volume. I personally, from where I stand, I can't hear your answer.
Repeat that again for me.
I could not hear your answer from the volume is the sound is not coming as good as it used to be.
Sound is up now.
Okay.
Okay.
The line. Father Chop?
Blessed.
Yes. Okay.
You hear me now?
Yes,
You hear me now?
I do, but not as clear as before. So I was asking, what is the keyword that you keep using, like Jerusalem School?
Jerusalem School. Jerusalem School edify you, man. Edify you within the aspect of true way of life living. True way. It teach you from Africa to into the earth. Where you're coming from to where you're going through into the earth. So you have three godhead, the king and the priest and the prophet. And you have the woman lead, which is the congregation of the woman into the whole aspect of Jerusalem School, because Jerusalem School edify the queen of the earth, the woman, and the prophet and the priest and the little one in Jerusalem School room. So Jerusalem School is a schoolroom where that edify you of your roots and your culture and your history and your prophecy, your God and your king and your priest into the earth. So we know that it edify I and I about Emperor Haile Selassie I, edify I and I as King Emmanuel, it edify us as Honorable John Marcus, and it edify as Queen Amiga, Mother of the earth, Mother of creation. So we learn these principles and see these principles through our icicle of our life living and where we coming from, so where we have to go with this principle. So we have to learn how to read the Bible, how to chant hymn, how to pray, how to look towards life. That is how Jerusalem School edify you to be in one accord with each one. teach you about the king and the priest and the prophet.
Yes. Thank you, Father Shop. Now, how, no, exactly when did you know that you wanted to be a music producer? Because I remember reading your bio, and before becoming a music producer, you used to be a DJ. So when from a DJ you wanted to become a music producer, and what are the reasons that make you choose that path?
Now, be truthful in art now. As a youth, then again, I get the privilege to go in town, but then again, meet a virgin because I used to be music, different from music. I used to be catering. Catering, like, cooking, spicing food in restaurant. So spicing food at restaurant and get the privilege now. So on there now, me get the privilege now with a Rasta man. And me tell him, so listen now, we need a room to live in this time. And he look for me and tell me, so okay, you have a bed, you have a room in August now. So me go in August now because in my tradition now, it's Sizzla give me the more privilege to become and to see the music with this aspect of life. Because I have to be true to myself and true to the nation out there. You understand? Love the music and have the vibe. But didn't get no privilege to develop this thing, become chop. See? It's going to Augustown, living in Augustown. Here comes Sizzla Kalonji and the Rise. So Sizzla Kalonji is on the rise now. So from him on the rise now, the vibe start at high tech. Because he start to connect within Bingi and Bobo Hill. See? So it's a spiritual aspect. He start to move to Bingi and Bobo Hill to the knowledge and the guidance of the Ark of the Covenant. Because Bingi is the Ark of the Covenant and Jerusalem School is the Ark of the Covenant. So he have to rotate himself within these two governments within the earth. So being around the Kalonji Rise now, then the aspect come now, here you have a bridge, you have a little car radio. So me take a little car radio from the bridge and carry it in one little place where we can call it in the palace and set it up. And Kalonji Rise and bring in the mass of people then same way. And the amongst Kalonji because I'm here the one that the top spicer in those times that cook Kalonji food up on the battlefield with him, being at stage show up on stage waving the banner. What if a journey, man? What if a journey as we go along? Kalonji make the first fly in Japan, do a show. Still have the car radio go and do the vibe and get the vibe. But Kalonji go to Japan and bring in a 16-track board with a mic, with a drum set, with a drum to build rhythm. And so we there around the vibe and Sizzla have the thing and we are build rhythm on it and a DJ on the same 16-track.
So here's it. You and Sizzla, you know each other for a long time.
Yeah, me and Sizzla abide, man. It's out of Judgment Yard me come from,
Oh, that's the connection.
Journey.
I see.
Yeah, Sizzla through the journey from Bobo Hill to Scotch Park to Bingley, to the journey of music from Stage Show into the studio, from the studio to the kitchen, from the kitchen to the battlefield is one aspect of connection and journey we are on from those times within the music, within the spirituality of Rastafari into the earth until now.
I see the connection. I see how the dots are connected. So once again, Baba, Father Chop, we won't say we're gonna run back to the music. We're gonna get into All Praises by Ja Franco. We'll run a few tunes with Ja Bless, Ja Franco, and Isis I, Best Friend. Then we get back to the question because we have some really interesting questions that were asked by our audience. So I'm just trying to run through them so they can be satisfied once you answer them. So can we get back to the music?
Hopefully.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rastafari, Willie. I know see Chop Productions, Jal already brand new world. If them don't overstand, for Rastafari we stand.
Once again, Jafranco, all praises.
You're the most high, Rastafari, Willie. I know see Chop Productions, Jal already brand new world. If them don't overstand, for Rastafari we stand. Yeah, you ready? All praises to Jah, forgive I sin, oh Jah. All praises to Jah, for so much wisdom in bring. All praises to Jah, for all that Him done for me. All praises to Jah, stand up alive like steel. As far as man can remember, so much greatness never witnessed in a one man alone on earth. And that's why people remember what Him have done, so lessons been learned. Then no more lies could have been told. All black nations have to awake and prepare for
Yes, special shout to Sly Abendigo for the flyer and for all the work he's been put in behind the scene with Abendigo Diallo. Without them too, we wouldn't be where we are now, doing all these various many showcases. We came up to 7, and we hope we'll have more ahead of us. So it's a blessing to have a team on one accord. Abendigo, Chop, Amount, Fire Cole, Isis I, Father Chop, Sly Abendigo, Ahmed Abendigo, Sister Soldier, I Queen, I Family, Abina, Louis, Sankari and the King family. We give thanks. We remember our very special cousin Keisha King Hamilton, dedication for her transition. We also remember the great African blood defender historian Rashidi Runoko for his transition, ascension, elevation, one wadada, one accord.
Stand up alive like steel. All praises to Jah, forgive I sin, oh Jah. All praises to Jah,
all praises. So much wisdom. So much forgiveness. So much gratitude. So much second chance after chance and chance. Strictly progress. A life worth living. Praises to Jah, forgive I sin, oh Jah. Oh, praises to Jah, praises, so much wisdom. All praises to Jah, all that Him done. Jah bless, Jah bless.
I can see from a distance. I can see from afar. See what Babylon declare when them gather round. Haters here and haters there, their haters all around. See what Babylon declare when them gather round. Haters here and
Yes, Chop, give thanks for all these positive lyrics. And the rhythm is just easy, yet so much weight of heaviness, serious. We got different angle of roots music. Some come on a dub-wise, other come on a easy groove, other come on a blues, other come on a soul. But the content, the deep, deep core, Rastafari is there, dignity is there, justice is there, unity, one accord is there. Don't get it twisted. These are some heavy, serious tune out of Chop Chop. So get to know again, man named Jah Bless. Oh, praises, dude. Huh?
I can see from a distance. I can see from afar. See what Babylon declare when them gather round. Haters here and haters there, their haters all around. See what Babylon declare when them gather round. Haters here and haters there, their haters all around. Them deceiving my people for long. With them lies and lies make me cry. Jah know me not tell no lie. I can see from a distance, I can see from afar. Babylon them come with them illusion, and a build a war. We the people got to stand up as strong to overcome wicked Babylonian. In a this a Gideon, so see what Babylon declare when them gather around. Haters here and haters here, their hatred all around. See what Babylon declare when them gather around. Haters here and haters there, their haters all around. They got nothing to give you, still you got to go through. Through this a curfew, you got to do what you got to do. They plan all type of evil, them evil jealous and bad mind too. Jah will protect you from the root of evil. Don't make them fool you, or even try to school you with the rules and laws, politician. You wicked Babylon, yeah. Jah bless the people well strong to overcome you wicked Babylon. In a this Armageddon, so see what Babylon declare when them gather round. Haters here and haters there, their haters
Heavy meditation.
all around.
Pay attention to the lyrics.
When them gather round.
Serious African advice. Heavy.
All around them deceiving my people for long. With them lies and lies make me cry.
The man say deceiving us for too long.
From a distance, I can
Enough
see
is
from
enough.
afar.
Africans.
Them come with them illusion. And
Babylon, pure illusion,
But we the people got to stand up well strong.
And they always want to appear like they ain't doing nothing. They ain't swinging behind the scene. So we always blame one another. We be blaming these Afro-Peen, those greedy Afro-Peen,
See what Babylon declare.
But the real Babylonian behind there, playing the innocent.
Haters there, their haters all around. See what Babylon declare when them gather around. Haters here and haters there, haters all around.
Yes, best friend, Isis, I.
I hold a meds and burn my cess. The power inside I is so much. The Empress Isis, GODDESS. My chalice. and burn my cess. The power inside I is so marvelous. The Empress Isis, GODDESS.
Yes, worldwide sensation, We all by now know and recognize the voice. We all by now understand the presence of this sister warrior Isis I into the latest EP called Destiny. Hear them side there? Isis I, best friend. And with Fire Cold all behind just setting up the rhythm. So these are the heavy cornerstone of the chop chop. All at one accord, all at the same heights level. But appears from my standpoint, some are just giving it all. And we give thanks for their presence and their hard work. And it is time for us to acknowledge their unique, hard, good work. So again, Isis I, my best friend, entitled. And then we get to the question.
I hold on meds and burn my cess. The power inside I is so much. The Empress Isis, GODDESS. My chalice. I hold on meds and burn my cess. The power inside I is so much. The Empress Isis, GODDESS. I used to smoke Rizla and bamboo, but I stopped cause it make my throat sore and true. Now I only blaze frontos and backwoods, no artificial scenting, so it's all good. I remember back in the hood, we used to smoke Phillies when the cipher was good. Pissy projects, staircases, only cess, no lacing, fire burn crackheads and free basing. Rastafari's divine meditation to grow in life. Josh said takes tolerance and patience, healing up all of the ancients. The Black Panther for upliftment and higher oration. I hold on meds and burn my cess. The power inside I is so blessed. The Empress Isis, GODDESS. My chalice. I hold on meds and burn my cess. The power inside I is so blessed. The Empress Isis, GODDESS. My chalice is my best friend for real. All the elements flow within the zeal. Enough archives become revealed. Helps reconnect to the ancient seals. I sit on my throne and I talk with the nation. One love, one light, one meditation. Love and respect is the highest vibration. What a divine sensation. R.I.P. to my best friend B. I know you are still watching over me. The cess helps me focus my eyes to see all of the traps that they set for we. I like to smoke my cess alone. I get right into my zone. My heart is just like a microphone, reverberating from my sacred throne, vibrating like a lapis stone. I hold on meds and burn my cess. The power inside I is so much. The Empress Isis, GODDESS. My chalice. I hold on meds and burn my cess. The power inside I is so much. The Empress Isis, GODDESS. My king man, he is so divine. I give thanks to Farah, you made him mine. We go back and forth with things more time. Sacred telepathy is so sublime. We stay chopping at all times. Straight Bobo Shanti, we on the grind. All negativity, it stays behind. High elevations is in our minds. Everything happens in just times. God in the flesh of right, he is so divine. I hold on meds and burn my cess. The power inside I is so much. The Empress Isis, GODDESS. My chalice. I hold on meds and burn my cess.
Yes, Father Chop, you on the line?
Up full.
Yes,
and
good. So these are some beautiful, uplifting lyrics that you've been introducing. There's some, like you in University of Liberation, the lyrics are so uplifting and so positive and so constructive and progressive. So I have a question that is concerning the music. Like, who was the most memorable or that unique type of person in the music industry from your own experience? Okay, I'll just read the question. That's a question that was asked. Who was the most special, memorable artist that you ever produced? That's somebody asked that question. Do you want to answer it, or we can get to another one? Because
You know, every artist is important. No one don't different from no one. Everyone have a time, space, and melody when time to come to minister them word unto the nation.
yes, you speak like a real statesman. I give you that powerful answer. Selassie taught you well. Julie taught you well. So, if you didn't get into music production, what do you think you would like to do? I know you're a farmer. You are also into cooking. You're a chef. So these are, we know them already. I mean, we understand you have multi qualification and so forth. But let's say, okay, you cook, cuisine, farming, and music. If you didn't do all these things, any alternative?
See, the thing is this now, I carry a name. The name, I have to represent that name. I take onto that name, I consider that name into the earth, do great works.
Yes.
And the name Honorable John Marcus is a living man name. That
Exactly.
walk the earth.
John Marcus. So why did you pick that name, or why did they call you John Marcus? Can you elaborate on that? John Marcus.
Remember, Marcus Garvey is the prophet.
Yes.
Remember, Honorable John Marcus is the liberator, is the forerunner for black people to unite them from the western diaspora to the eastern diaspora. So when I come into the earth and acknowledge and see Marcus Garvey works, and go to Jerusalem classroom again to see the three individual angels guide them into the earth, the king and the priest and the prophet.
Yes.
As
yes.
journeying earth, I see the value of Marcus. I know so it's not just a name. I one feel like they can take on to that name. So if I not even doing music, my name, Marcus Garvey, represent the highest standard in the earth for me that carry that name, because I have to carry that name. As long as the situation into the earth to be done, that name still gonna exist.
So when you say situation upon earth, you mean the establishment of justice?
Positive.
Equal right?
Free black people.
Yeah,
equal
absolutely.
rights and justice, to know that is one God, one aim, one destiny. Our aim is Africa.
And that's
Our
the
aim
mission.
is Africa.
That's very good. So that is very, very well answered. I give thanks. So, okay, what is the most important we need to know about you, Father Chop?
For me now,
I say that
righteousness is righteousness I deal with. Righteousness, equal, right, and justice, which is righteousness in the earth. And I know that I praise the three Godhead, the one in three and the three in one. That is my duty, is to keep that formula within my life living within my faith, within my heart, within my mind, within my soul, within my journey in earth.
The journey, yeah? The journey. So, Father Chop, right now we are getting into the third segment of this session. The music, the tune that are coming up. The first tune is called The Journey, and you are the voice behind, you are the singing behind, you are the chanting behind. So with your permission, I'm going to start with the first tune of the third segment called The Journey. May I start?
Positively.
Very good. Thank you very much. Fire Call, original, top organizer, a good brother too, out of Guadeloupe, original African man, Fire Call. Highly, highly respected within the highest order of music production, designer, and the lioness community, African liberation community, and beyond. Hear this. Fire Call meet Chop Chop production. Actually, he's the organizer of Chop Chop, musically speaking. Hear them beat that. So hell up to all those listening now or later, all the good people. Please do forgive me if I can't mention your name, but you know deep within, I'm more than grateful and thankful that you took the time now or later, or maybe you're just busy doing something else. That's all good. I know in spirit and in heart you're with us. And so it's the same. We support one another. We respect one another. In discipline, in punctuality, in focus, in determination. In dignity and respect, and ultimate self-discipline. The African way, all the way. The righteous way, the proper way. So the question I'm asking, will you judge us for our appearance, or you will judge us based on our ideas? Be wise when you answer. Think 7 times before you give us a clean, straight up answer. No gimmick business.
This journey. This journey. This journey. Journey. Yeah. Sugar dub from Mexico.
Most I Jah.
God bless.
Yes, no.
Hail up to Jah command.
Mexico.
Most I Jah.
Mexico.
What we need, what we need.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Come on.
Need more love, 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 love. More love, 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 love. We want more love, 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 love. More love, 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 love. Me say no bad mind and no envy. You will be so healthy and you will be so strong. And I will give you the blessing and the power to touch you earth, and you will live so long. So no keep up, no folly, no keep up, no folly. And I will bless you daily. So I love you for penny, I love you for penny. I praise the Almighty. La 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 la, more la 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 la. We want more la 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 la, more la 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 la. We want more la 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 la, more la 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 la. Want more la 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 la, more la 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 la. Love our nation, watching this iration. Jaja build the nation, so let us be strong. Let us organize, centralize, and be so strong, so we can bash down Babylon. One by one. Yeah, we need more la 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 la, more la 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 la.
Only the fittest of the fittest shall survive. The fittest
John Marcus.
shall survive. Only the fittest of the fittest shall survive. Only the fittest of the fittest shall survive.
Hail.
Bitter what we feel in this time. Strong what we strong in this time. Wise you got to wise in this time. Yeah. Smart you got to smart in this time. My people.
Yes, yes, yes. Father Chop. Father Chop there.
Up full and bright, up
Good,
full and bright,
good.
full and bright.
Yes, yes, yes. Father Chop. So I do hear some echo. I'm going to try to deal it from my end. But I have a very question that's been really going through my mind. A few days ago, I read on the Facebook a sister. What are you feeling about the sister who had her dreadlocks, her locks, cut off while in police custody in Jamaica? In Jamaica. After all these years and all the contribution on a cultural, on a financial level, why do some individual have such audacity to cut someone locks, and they have no excuse? They know exactly what's going on. So what is
You see Babylon a deal with distraction and confusion. Want distract the people them from something that's very important. So him a go want start a revolution. I know what him is doing, with him and him COVID thing. And know say Rastafari is straight in the earth and to get repatriation to left the Western diaspora. They know what's happening. They know exactly what they have to do to get Rastafari talking and to get the media, news cell and all of these things. Because they don't have the COVID amongst the nation. And the Rastafari stand up for the nation and declaring for the nation. So the system of Babylon now picking Rastafari whole aspect of movement to cause confusion.
Thank you.
You know what's happening?
Thank you. So I'm just going to resume what you said. It is intentional. It is to create a diversion. It is to create confusion. It's just to be on the buzz, just to divert their attention, to create a type of diversion basically. That's all it is. So when such things do happen, what is the type of advice you give to the young races or even those who do not have your level of clarity and discipline? Should we just make noise, get upset, march, destroy, or we should just be cool, analyze, and collect it and discipline and keep the focus on not only repatriation, but keep the focus on self-control? I don't want to answer for you, but I almost gave you a type of answer. But what is your answer to that?
Listen, we are defending human rights. Human.
Yeah.
Human right we are defending in the earth. And Rasta stand up for. No care anywhere you're there in the earth at Rasta. We are defending human rights into the earth to the fullness.
Now, this is serious because the Human Rights Chart, even at the UN, stated very clearly that we are deserving as human of the right to practice one faith, as the right to a decent housing, as the right to education, as the right to free movement, as the right to a living wage, as the right to express one opinion, as the right to be who we choose to be, as long who we choose to be do not interfere with the freedom and the liberty of others. Am I correct?
Positive.
Yes. So, what
we as a people, man, we as a people must know to stand up, because, you have the action there. Because there's many ways to do things. We know that many ways to go about. Emmanuel teach us about humbleness. In Emmanuel, the 7th teach I and I about humbleness, how to deal with Babylon. See?
How
And
do
the
you
whole
deal?
world know.
How do we deal with Babylon? How do we deal with Babylon individually,
Upri-
and of course
upright,
collectively, but
upright,
individually?
upright way of life.
So, if Babylon come to create confusion and incite all kind of injustice, we have to be upright. We have to be calm, reserved, polite, even though they're not coming this way, that kind of way. So how, especially for the young races, the hot-tempered one, the one who,
Remember, you have Asian there, you have a one who there to guide the youth them, Because that's what I said, you have Jerusalem School Rome is there to identify the youth them, how the youth them to walk in the earth through the aspect of Marcus Garvey, Emperor Haile Selassie I, Emmanuel I, whole aspect of earth, in a earth that people have to acknowledge within themselves and around themselves. Because the principle lay in a earth, that's where all ones are one to live and abide by the principle of life. Like set.
yes. So the Jerusalem School, it's a center of education to bring out the best out of Africans, youth who try to understand and to internalize the concept of His Majesty, the principles of Marcus Garvey, and the concept of solidarity and discipline, and how to conduct oneself among each other, and how to view reality and in a larger stand life. Jerusalem School. So the Jerusalem School is in Jamaica.
Bubble Hill, but 9 Mile Bull Bay, 9 Mile Bull Bay, where the foundation is on the mountain top at the north side of Warwicker Hill. So,
Okay. I
so we
see.
call it the Lion Bay. So that's where Jerusalem School is, to edify our nation. Because remember, the lineage is coming from King Solomon lineage, King David lineage. If you follow the footsteps of Haile Selassie, King Emmanuel, and Marcus I again, it's three Godhead. It's three individual Godhead. You can see, but yet is one man into the three man. But he put himself as three individually, that you can see him clearly and see him works and what he's all about on earth.
So this is my next question. What advice would you give to racists? Yes, let's say, what advice would you give to young African coming into Rastafari? Not necessarily young, because you can come into it anytime, right? So what advice would you give to those who try to initiate?
I want to have to find them too. I want to have to find them true self within. And once you find the true self, you find the creator within yourself. So I want to have to find them true self and know the value of themselves and know the purpose of oneself. Then you can move towards something that you have to do. But if you don't find yourself, you can't find Rastafari within you. You have to look out at yourself with something that's very important towards life, to keep you going through earth. So I want to have to find themselves first. You have to find yourself, consciously aware of yourself and the value of yourself and the spirituality we have to have within yourself in this time and the time to come.
Thank you, because I always say this because I heard it. I heard it from elders, from reading, from observing around myself. Know your history, know your culture, and like you just said it, know yourself. and be proud of all that. So what is the most challenging thing about being a Rastafari? What is the most difficult aspect or challenging?
Life is not. Life we are dealing with, Life. See, when you say life living, you have to live the life, not just life, you have to live it. See? So the most beautiful thing that the Most I ever give I is life, and give I the way how to keep life and to minister unto life and to keep life going up full and bright each and every day into the earth. Because if you live amongst Mother Nature will remind you how to live. And if you live amongst Emperor Haile Selassie, you're supposed to know how to live. If you live amongst Emmanuel I, you have to see the way how to live. If you live amongst Marcus Garvey, you have to see the way of life, how you feel live into the earth.
I see. So, with your permission, can we get back to playing some music? Then we'll have the last set of questions. It's okay? Thank you.
Rastafari. Mexico. In a Mexico with it. Rastafari. Holy Emmanuel I. This way. And my people this way. This way is the righteous way. This way is Rastafari way. This day, we give thanks and praise. This day.
is the home. It's not no America, it's the home. It's not no Canada, it's the home. It's not the home. It's not England, the home. It's not Germany, the home. It's not France, the home. It's not China, the home. Tell my people to leave out a wrong. Tell my people Africa is their home. Tell my people to leave out a wrong. Tell my people Africa is their home. Africa.
Yes, the Africa. Father Chop, you there?
Upful and bright.
So Africa. So when are you coming to Africa? I haven't been to Africa for such a long time. So just like you know, when are we going to Africa? Just to see it, just to touch the ground, just to breathe, just to rest our soul, just to, man, you know, I say this, you know, I tell you one thing that happened to me in Africa, Liberia, one time. I was like 25. I was in the countryside, far away from the city. I was nearby a pound. Everything was quiet. Almost looked like I was looking at a perfect painting picture. Everything was just, how I can say that? What's the right term? Everything was just still, no noise, pure picture. And while I was not even meditating, I was just looking at things, just looking. I'm saying this just to tell you the power of Africa. The power. There is a vibe in Africa, nowhere else other. So here I was sitting by a pound, pure water with trees around in the countryside. The only thing that you see move are like some insect you see just touching the water, and you see tiny ripple effect just getting slowly bigger and just disappear. And all of a sudden I just got lost into some higher meditation to the point I even forgot myself. For maybe a few seconds I was gone into the universe of mysterious, pure mystery. I just got captured by the spirit at that time. And I just woke up out of that feeling because I ain't use of that type of power capture of your mind and now I say, whoa, Africa powerful. You can't play with Africa. Africa don't forget nothing. And Africa never forget his son and daughters. Never. So this is my experience I had long time ago. And I never forgot that experience. There's a term they call this like, I forgot the right term for that. But I was like, special experience. That's my African experience. So when is Africa for you coming?
It's in 2012. I supposed to be in Africa.
Yeah.
2012, I supposed to be in Ghana.
Ghana.
I and Daddy Sizzler, we get our visa. For some reason, I didn't travel through the aspect of the timing. Because, Black Messiah set up that element in Ghana for me and Daddy Sizzler being around in Ghana in 2012. With King Lagazine was having a show around there to support the whole movement of a charity that feeding for the youth in Ghana. For some reason it didn't manifest, but I'm looking for the time is coming because
the time is coming.
I have a lot of things into the Western world to bring forward because I can go to Africa.
Yeah. No, really. No, seriously.
We have to go to Africa well equipped.
Yes.
we have to leave
Yes.
go to Africa well equipped.
Yes.
We not
Yes.
gonna look nothing from Africa. What we have
It's
into
true.
the Western world,
Yes.
we're gonna take it on to Africa.
You
So
go-
if we have a team, like you use the team,
Yes.
ISIS
Yes.
is the team, Fire Call is the team,
Yes.
the commander is the team,
No,
the
you.
record is the team.
No,
So
you're
when
right.
we moving, we're just not gonna move like an individual. We're gonna move as a team because Africa is waiting on us.
Yeah, you're right.
We not just run the Western world have this method that you see we have on a produce. This method that we have, we're gonna take it to Africa.
No,
We
you're
just run here
absolutely.
gathering the youth them with this method. But this method is for Africa,
Yeah.
to uprise Africa again. 'Cause if you're strong in Africa, you can strong anywhere into the earth.
True. Blueprint. And you're right. You know
So
what?
if-
When we go to Africa, we gotta bring a container. You can't just come with your little bag. You gotta come with.
Our aim. We not just
Yeah.
we not just taking up ourselves and just go to Africa.
That is so
we
true.
are ambassador.
That's
When
true.
we go to Africa, airport's supposed to block to receive us.
Oh, I tell
We not
you.
just want to go individually, like, and we are on to the west. We are on to the west so long.
It's so
So
true.
when we reach in Africa, we supposed to well honor when we reach. We
That
not
is
just want
true.
to reach because it's Africa we want to go.
Yeah.
Africa is waiting for us. And anything you have into the Western diaspora, you got to take it to Africa to develop Africa, as Africa move forward.
That is so
Look
true.
just like anywhere else in the earth.
And
This mission is not no plaything.
no, it's
This
not.
mission is very serious to unite all Africans around the earth. But
Nation
you have to
building.
know,
Yeah. It's
but
you're
have
very
to know
correct.
the
You're very correct.
spirituality. You have to know, keep the spirituality and know that Emperor Haile Selassie is the Almighty. You have to know that Emperor Haile Selassie I is the Almighty and the world earth. No, 72 nations come and sit that the man crown. Kings
so
of
true.
kings with the queen.
And
You understand?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
they leave out the queen out of the thing.
No,
They
you.
don't show up the woman them. I pay a man, you see them a show up in the earth nowadays. Want to the woman them powers. Look how much royal queens and warrior and lioness in the earth.
Mm.
And them not deal with the woman like how them deal with. You have to big up the woman them.
No,
into the
absolutely.
earth,
Oh,
royal.
please, absolutely. That come first and foremost. But you know,
You cannot leave out Mama Earth out and nothing that you do.
absolutely
Anything
not.
that you do, she have to involve in it by will or force.
True.
And that I see over the years. They belittle Mama Miga in the earth, say a lot of things. You know, so much bad thing about the woman them in the earth. Then they give the woman them the justice towards royalness.
No,
and
that is
divineness.
so true. And like you just said, do we have ISIS High on the line? Do we have
ISIS
ISIS High?
Bless and love.
Oh, very
Bless and
good.
love,
So,
Very good.
can you please elaborate on the African woman aspect of all what's been said? Because he just opened up the door for you to add more to what's been said. Can you please contribute to the discussion, Empress I?
All right, give thanks for life first and foremost. We give thanks for Simba for your platform always, that's a lot of things that was said that I can talk to, But yes, I'll start with the latter. In Rastafari, as a sister and a daughter, an empress, I think all mansions across the board are a little bit not really exalting the sister in the way that they supposed to. Even me, myself personally, I go through lots of tribulations as a daughter, a sister, an empress, tried in many different mansions, so-called. So that's the first thing. And I think sometimes it's just because people don't understand themselves in order to understand how the thing's set. And they bring a lot of European religious dogma into Rastafari, because the inequality of men and women wasn't really our thing from creation or from tradition. If you look at many African traditions from anciency, nothing to go so. But if you look at a lot of European history, they don't respect their women. Pretty much they was just using their women to repopulate the nation. But a lot of times they didn't even like women. So to me, that meditation needs to go one side, because you can't say that you hailing Queen Omega and Rastafari and you beat your woman and you disrespect your woman, and you don't even exalt your woman. Sometimes you see some people in relationships that's Rosses, and you just wonder, like, like, how does go? It looks nice, it sounds good, the appearance and the presentation is good. You see people all, I don't want to say specific bobos or anybody, because I've seen lots of things on different levels with ones and ones. But it just needs to fix, and I think it's in you that needs to fix. People need to understand the fullness of Rastafari and how they fit in it, based on you being your own god and goddess without being over Rastafari. Because a lot of the meditations that we have, it's many philosophies, within Rastafari. If you talk to like 5 or 6 different people, I'll say 7 just to keep it straight, you will get 7 different philosophies and opinions of how people think the thing is set, so it's just a way. But when it comes to Empress, them sisters, daughters, I don't understand the meditation. It's very Babylonian when it comes to the way they deal with the Empress. Some of them, I give thanks to Bobo Hill. Bobo Hill, King Emmanuel,
yes,
did teach the balance,
yes,
of the man and the woman. However, I don't think some of us, I can't say everyone, but some of us don't understand that balance. Or now, even though we hail Queen Omega several times a day, some of us still don't respect her. Some of us can't even reason about Empress Menen. Some of us don't even know nothing about her.
Tell you.
I know when I first come into Nyabingi house and I start reasoning with some of the daughters, it wasn't until many years later that I get around some ancients. That's a few ancients in Nyabingi house too that can have those type of reasonings. But it's like sometimes we don't even understand the fullness of Queen Omega. How you can heights an Empress Menen, and call her the mother of creation? You can't even reason to her. You can't even explain that. No, you don't know nothing about her. It's just like the image. You understand?
Yes.
So some of it
right.
is that way. It's that way with the man, and it's that way with some of the women also. Sometimes women themselves too.
Of course. Because
you will bring yourself into the orders of these so-called mansions, and sometimes they don't too understand why they even dealing with it. They'll just come in and deal with a man, usually. I'm not saying all the time, but majority of the time, I seen that they just following man into something, and then when things don't work with that person, they cursing far eye and cutting their locks.
I understand.
So, it's very deep. It's a lot of different levels, but the short answer is the dogma from religion,
yes,
that we burn every day, that they bring into Rastafari, and it's kind of oppressive to Empress, women, daughters, sistren, Also, I just wanted to speak on the daughter that got her head shaved in jail.
Thank you.
That's a total human rights violation. I would like to shout out the Freedom Liberation League and other organizations in Jamaica that's Rosses, because it's all one thing when it comes to these type of things. But the Women Freedom Liberation League specifically has been on the front line,
yes,
for bringing human rights advocacy in the name of King Emmanuel's agitation to Jamaica as a member state for these type of things.
Yes, consciousness.
Since a long time, since like 1950s to the 60s to the 70s to now.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to overemphasize the fact that that's a total human rights violation. It's a if you are not
Absolutely.
familiar with the Human Rights Charter, there's
Correct.
a Human Rights Charter in the
Yes.
United Nations. You
Exactly.
Google it online. They have articles. There's
Yes.
articles 1 to 30, and it has different freedoms and rights that we have as human beings in this
Absolutely.
earth.
Correct.
And majority of the member states are involved with this, and
Yes.
majority of them don't respect it.
Absolutely true. Too.
Especially Jamaica,
Sadly.
when King Emmanuel has been advocating for these things since like the 1950s. But this particular case is very serious, you know, like these things are
Absolutely.
things that happened during like slave times, you know,
Oh yes.
and it never changed.
Unfortunately.
Even these things, like I know for like in the States, I know it's not really a comparative, but if you go to jail, right, and they
Yes.
arrest you,
Yeah. They cannot.
depending on which state you go to,
Yeah.
sometimes they put you in shackles.
Yeah.
You know, so every time I think about this, I think about that because those laws, there's no particular law that says you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Even though the human rights give you some freedoms, all the freedoms, when it comes to certain situations, it's like a gray area.
Yeah.
You know
Of
what I'm
course.
saying?
Oh, absolutely.
But
yeah.
this particular thing with this daughter is a violation directly of Article 2, which is the freedom from discrimination. Article 4, which is freedom from slavery, and I'll use that openly and closed too.
Absolutely.
Article 18, which is her freedom of religious and beliefs.
Yes.
Article 19, her freedom of opinion and expression.
Absolutely.
Article 27, her right to culture and artistic and scientific life. So I would just encourage everybody who's not familiar with human rights articles to go there and look, because this is the thing. Everybody, even in this country, in the United States, right? When there's issues that come forward with black people, it goes under civil rights. Civil rights is very different than human rights. You know, so people need to understand the difference between those two things. You can have civil laws, for example. They have what laws passed that make everything different for black people, but it's not really different for black people. You know what I'm saying? But human rights law is a different,
Universal.
it's an international meditation that's supposed to happen for everybody.
It's universal.
And it looked like a lot of member states, especially Jamaica, is notorious for not
Reinforcing,
accepting
respecting
the
them.
actions that have been going on. The Congress, the Ethiopia African Black International Congress, has been advocating these things for a long time, you know, with many other groups in Jamaica, but King Emmanuel took it to the furthest and the highest level when it came to human rights. No disrespect to anybody else. Even Malcolm X started talking about that at the end of his demise, you know?
Yes.
But he never actually got to do those things. He didn't even get to the point that King Emmanuel did with the paperwork and the documentation that needed to be put in to go forward to free up people. So I just want everybody to understand that, you know, it's not like rhetoric, because sometimes we listen to each other and we think it's rhetoric and it sounds like redundant information, but this is very important. You know, that's very disgraceful that they saved that sister and that daughter. She was from Nyabingi House, and to me it doesn't matter what mansion she is from. That's a dead sign right there that
Absolutely.
the meditation in Jamaica has never changed from a long time. And I'm not surprised, but that needs to fix, you know? That needs to fix. So that's some empresses that's on the front line that put some documentation together to put those sounds to, you know, the government of Jamaica, to make them address the situation, make them address this police. What do you call it in Jamaica, Marcus? The constabulary? How do you call the police over there?
Constable force.
They're the ones that's supposed to address, along
Okay.
with the parliament, to address this
That issue.
this person that shaved her,
Yeah.
you know. But it have to be some law, to me, my opinion, and also in our opinion in general, to stop that. That is so violation. That's so disrespectful.
It is. It is,
That's
honestly.
so I don't even know how to express that. That is just disgraceful.
Okay.
Totally disgraceful.
I don't want to interrupt you. Can I please add something? Because we can compare such low-key behavior just like a form of emotional rape. You know, when you have so much power over an individual, and when you just disrespect that person, that was an act of similar to a rape. Because we understand that racism and sexism are what we have to deal with, and you cannot deal with one and make abstraction of the other. These are like sisters and brothers, you know, sexism, racism, injustice, the lack of respect on the individual of a community. And these are the last frontier that we as people will have to neutralize, meaning that if an individual choose to cross the line and act in such manner, the community must punish that individual, because even on the basic level, we understand that these acts are not condoned. Nobody will accept that your daughter or your wife or your grandmother be treated in such manner. That person who acted in such manner will not even accept that we take one of his daughter or his wife or his mother and treated her in such manner. So this act is reprehensible, cannot be accepted. And I even want to say that as a strong and proud and intelligent black man, I have no problem expressing my respect for the black woman, our mother, our sister, our aunt, our friend, our wife, our empress. And until the black woman rights are similar to the black man, we will have issue of sexism, and the issue of sexism has to be addressed. The sooner we tackle this issue, the sooner we acknowledge that we have more work that need to be addressed and done at all levels of the society that we are. The sooner we take care of it, the better our community will be. And I have never thought that attempting to uplift the African woman or the black woman is as diminishing. Me as a man, I see that if we uplift one, we uplift the other. If we don't do it,
Absolutely.
who will support us? I mean, who will? Man must love, honor, protect, respect the black woman. And that's simple as that. And I'm so grateful for my mother who have taught me. You know, when I was growing up, I was just like a victim of sexism. I grew up in an environment that says that for whatever reason, men are more maybe important than X, Y, and Z. It's just the old greed scenario that's run. It's all around. It's go across social class, race. I mean, it's just like this. You go place in India where the women are not even respected as such, and in Europe used to be the same. It's still the same, and you see that some advocate for the equal right in pay, in treatment, in all type of representation of women are just being vocal. I respect that, but one thing I must say is that the black woman and the black man need to unite to fight against injustice. And if we fight against injustice, we cannot look the other way when act of injustice is being conducted against any woman. So I want to say thank you to my late mother who is no more here. She taught me the hard way. she pointed to me that I must respect the black woman. And by respecting the black woman, I will respect any other woman. Period. I deal with justice. Justice is justice. Justice cannot be different for the man, or different for the Asian, or different for the European, or different for the African. There is one justice, regardless of our gender, regardless of our race, regardless of our social status, regardless of our income, regardless of our education, regardless of anything. That's how I was taught. And I want to thank my mother, my father, my family for giving me this principle, which it took me time to apply them, to understand them. With maturity, you end up understanding why these are very important principles to apply in our daily life. Not perfect. None of us are perfect. We still got a lot of work to do. But what is wrong is wrong. And what was done to that sister? Nah. Was uncalled for. Do I make sense, Sister Isis?
Absolutely. That was a total violation, and that should never happen again. And I'm not telling people what to do, but I know certain elements of society will be out in the streets, and then other elements will be dealing with things through documentations and laws, because that's how it goes. But something needs to fix. This needs to address on every level.
Thank you.
And I agree with what you're saying about the Empress, about the sisters and the daughters. We need to understand ourselves, everyone, not just the women or just the men, but everyone needs to understand themselves in order to know how to deal with each other. You know, it's not just about being with a person because they look good or they have nice shoes and clothes. You know, some people don't understand the fullness of themselves. And that's the whole, to me, that's the whole mix-up. Because if you don't understand yourself, you can't move forward, period. And without getting into the whole thing. It's that simple.
Father Chop just said it. He just said it, right?
Because enough of us don't know ourselves. There be people, okay, I'll give you examples. For example, you can understand different things in Rastafari, correct? Like you have ones that's very biblical, you know. Then you have other ones who understand or overstand different levels of things. They can tell you about constellations. They can tell you about some hieroglyphic things, some old ancient something. You know what I mean? Everybody have different levels of what they understand, and based on what Rastafari showed these ones, right? But sometimes we don't agree on those. People want to tell you it's just biblical. You know, if you understand something that's a higher meditation than the Bible, you know you're a witch or an Obia worker or whatever. These are the problems that we have. Even going home with repatriation, that's the philosophy problems right now going on, because people believe different things. Some people burn the Bible. You know, some people live there. Some people have other texts that they deal with and understand. Some people is just free and open to things. So these are the things. If you don't understand yourself, you be open to anything and go in any kind of direction with these things. And I think that's what happened to enough of us. Everybody get real booky. Everybody want to read up stuff and think they understand all philosophies about everything, and then school people and try to judge up people when they don't when they have different things. Like even for me, I come into Bobo Shanti, right? I tried Naya Bingi first. Half of the house, no disrespect to them, half of the house burn the Bible. Everybody under 50 burns the Bible. All the priests give you prophecies out the Bible, right? I go forward to Bobo Hill now. Everything is kind of biblical based. Based on what King Emmanuel showed me, that's many different levels and realms to things. It's not just biblical. You can see something in the Bible that take you to an ancient something. You understand what I'm saying? Depending on, and it's not so biblical that way. It's more Psalms, really to the meditation of what is it, with some little things on the side. But all I'm trying to say is that we need to understand ourselves, because it's getting late in time. It's getting late. That's all I'm going to say. All these things is going on. And sometimes we put all of our energy into the wrong place. We too busy watching each other, who have what, who's doing this and that. What's your works?
Yes.
What you there upon? That's what you should focus to, understanding yourself and dealing with your works within that.
Thank you.
And we all be all right. Then we can get together and it won't be so much drama and confusion. There's too much confusion with everyone.
Oh,
No
okay.
less, no
Thank you,
less.
Empress. That's the Empress angle of contribution, of bringing clarity. And if I may add, start thinking, assume nothing, open your eyes, question everything, and challenge the opposition. Empress I, thank you. Is Father Chop still here?
Up full and bright, King. Up full and bright.
Father Chop, you are wise African wise man. You're very. You remind me of this heavy, serious African wise man. You just silent. You listen. You let people express themselves, and your silence says a lot. You're wise man. Father Chop. It's an honor to have someone of your caliber online expressing himself, so that those who are willing to focus on what's being said at this moment can finally be exposed to the clarity of your thoughts, to your experience, and can also, as a result of all that, make up their own mind of what they're hearing. And as a result also, they will be able to dispel the myth and the nonsense and all the big bogus lies that's been unfortunately promoted by people who don't know much, who don't care much about clarity, truth, and integrity. So I really want to thank you, Father Chop, and the work that you've been doing for so many years for the youth, for the community, and for the nation, and for the community at large. You have never turned your back from hard work. You have never turned your back from integrity, from example, from principle. And I'm proud to say, I'm very proud to get to know you, and to be able to acknowledge that, and again to say it to you. So Father Chop, I want to say thank you so much for joining this Fasimba, sponsored by Abendigo label. I want to thank Fire Cole. Is Fire Cole there?
Yes.
Oh, Fire Cole, you too. You just like Father Chop, very disciplined, very quiet, but your silence says so much. Nothing but respect for you. Nothing but serious respect, man. You know, because that shows a lot of discipline and control. And these are the traits, the characteristic of African who understand themselves, who seek the knowledge of self and respect of others and themselves, and who know their culture, who apply it.
The knowledge is always passed on by the elders. So we as the younger generation, we have to take time out and listen to the elders and see the point of view and what they've been through also. So we as the young ones can go through and see life differently also. So we got to be prepared, and the only way to get prepared is by the teachings and the knowings of the elders.
Well, like your example, prove it, display it, and show it no better than anyone. Your silence speaks so much volume of discipline, and again, serious upbringing. I mean, these are the things that we're talking about. Is not a mystery no more. It's not complicated. these are simple, basic, fundamental steps that need to be taken by one and one in order to exceed a certain level. And that's what that's what I have to say. And again, this very, very heavy African defender who just transitioned, named Runoko Washidi, said something very clear about why does he respect the brothers and sisters of Rastafari. And he was very clear that he gave us 4 reasons why he respects Rastafari. And he was very, very precise by stating that Rastafari brethren and sistren, always brothers and sisters. And he gave us 4 reasons. 1, he said that God was black when no one would believe them. 2, they kept alive the life and deed of Marcus Garvey when it was not popular to do so. 3, they refused to allow the standards of others to be defined by them. You know, the standards of beauty, exactly. And 4, they never lost the vision of repatriation to Africa. And as a result, he made it clear. They said, that's why I respect Rastafarian brothers and sisters. He didn't say brother and separate from sister. It's the balance that Isis I've been talking about. So I'm going to repeat for those who did not understand what I just said. I'm going to read it just to make it simple. Yes, I respect my Rastafarian brothers and sisters, and I give you 4 clear reasons. 1, they say that God was black when no one would believe them. 2, they kept alive the life and the deed of Marcus Garvey when it was not popular to do so. 3, they refused to allow their standard of beauty be defined by others. And 4, they never lost the vision and the repatriation to Africa. And that's Runoko Rashidi, who transitioned last week in Egypt, doing what he loved the most. That man traveled to more than 153 countries. He makes sure he traveled all over Africa and tried to uncover the hidden, buried history and contribution of African in all continents of the world, from Asia to Europe to the Americas, to even way over Melanesia, like all these places like Papuan, like Australia, like all these places that you will not even think. But unless we see the pictures, we saw that Africans are also over there, and they were not there because somebody forced them to take them over there centuries ago. Out of their own choice, they decide to migrate. So the clarity of that we have now in 21st century is no excuse for us to not only educate, but also to stand strong and tell the world that yes, without stuttering, without being intimidated, just state the facts. We don't even need to waste our time to persuade or to convince others. All we got to do is just stand and be, and the rest will follow. So Father Chop.
Roots Wadada.
No, roots. You the roots. You the one, Father Chop. It's such a
Roots Wadada.
Father Chop. No, you the one. You
Roots
the one.
Wadada.
That's the
Symbol.
big general here. Isis.
Roots Wadada.
Isis I. What a brother here. High caliber.
Family, man.
What a brother you are, Father Chop. So we have 3 more tune or 2 more to run. May we have your permission to run them, Father Chop?
Up full.
Absolutely. Thank you.
yeah. Got to be hopeful. Got to be hopeful, yeah. Got to be hopeful, oh, yeah. Hopeful. Hopeful, you doing? Hopeful and right. Right, up full and bright, yeah, up full. Got to be helpful. Got to be helpful. Yeah. It's a lot is helpful. Emmanuel I is helpful. Marcus Garvey I is helpful. I and I is helpful. Helpful and God. Son is the Lord. Apple, you do
Chop Chop Studio. This is Touch a Gold. Alongside Joseph Shepherd and Daddy Sizzler. Yeah. Rastafari righteousness for you.
My history. Yeah. Yeah, give me my history. Show history. Give me my history. Yeah. Teach me my history. Yeah. Teach me my history. Yeah. Or explain to me. Yeah. No more a Nancy story. No. Teach me my history. No more unanswered story. Hey, just come straight with me. Hey,
give me where the doctor order me.
Repatriation time. 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 Ones and ones will gather in the name of Rastafari. Ones and ones will gather in the name of Rastafari. Repatriation time. 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 Ones and ones will gather in the name of Rastafari. Ones and ones will gather in the name of Rastafari.
Yes, Father Chop.
up full and bright, Rastafari.
Rasta. We want to say thank you so much again for this contribution and participation in the showcase number 7. Want to say thank you to Isis I and Fire Cole, Bendigo, and all those who have been tuning in. We have like 2 more tune to play, and then we will just finalize the session. Is there a last thing that you want us to take? You want us to take it? Your last words for this session, Father Chop. Is there anything you want to share?
I give thanks, I give thanks for the mighty creator, and I give thanks to life, and I give thanks to Holy Emmanuel I Selassie I Jah, Rastafari, and I represent Marcus I, King Selassie I, Queen Amiga I, King Selassie. Give thanks to Isis I, just look out for Isis I EP coming soon on our platform, because for some single, because for some new works from Fire Cold Beats, and because for some work with your commander, and let's give thanks for the whole aspect, give thanks for the whole Chop family, the whole team. So, and I give thanks for Symbol, Roots Wadada, and give thanks for Bendigo, give thanks for Yellow, and give thanks for Sly. Give thanks for this day and the day to come, hopefully, and know that Rastafari live and reign and rule in the heart of all out there into the earth. And we must stay in one accord and live up to the principle of life and principle of Rastafari this time. It's a blessing unto the earth and blessing to Africa. Africa, here I come. So I give thanks.
Thank you. As they say in Amharic, Amal Senegalo, which means thank you in Amharic. By the way, I was on online when you were interviewing Ghana this morning earlier. It was a great interview. I enjoyed the DJ, the question that it asked, and I really enjoy your answers. And it is so refreshing that now we can communicate with Ghana, Africa, and all around, that there is no excuse. The barriers have been abolished thanks to the technology. But we also must be aware of this digital neocolonialism, which unfortunately prevail. We have to develop our own means of communication and technology, so we can fully control the content of what we choose to put online in terms of...
But remember,
yes,
to stick to nature.
Yes.
Because, Babylon technology, I will call this disturbance.
Yeah.
So we have to stick. We utilize it wisely.
Yes.
But we must be close to nature. Close to nature. Close.
Like I said, you're the wisest of the wisest. It's always good to hear the Rastaman wisdom, because it just dispel, is just crush all these little miseducated blah 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 big book with nothing, no brain, no nothing. At least you speak with humanity, you speak with justice, and that's what is missing in a lot of our concept and contents nowadays. So I want to say thank you for that. Thank you. So we're going to run this tune, and we're going to let it run, okay?
Fasimbas?
Yes?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just...
Hold up.
Yeah, no extortion, no distortion.
Chop, chop.
Got to be cautious. Baba David, let me tell you, King Selassie guy of many sons of Jah Rastafari. I have one of them, and so are you.
If you can text me, it would be better.
No matter if you're brown, white, or blue, make me tell you, King Selassie of many sons of Jah Rastafari. I am one of them, so are you. Just one love and go through. It's the most beautiful world I would have ever seen. When everybody come clean, equal rights and justice, all you mean. That's right. Every man a king, woman a queen. Yo, nobody no lean. No negative vibes can't happen. In the power of love will a keen. Bill, we no need no vaccine because King Selassie of many sons of Jah Rastafari. I am one of them, and so are you. No matter if you're brown, white, or blue, let me tell you, King Selassie of many sons of Jah Rastafari. I am one of them, so are you. Just one love and go through. Mama David.
Sleep them asleep, but not dead them dead. No for them a walk up on the top of them head. Wake up from your dream, get up outside your bed. I'm a Gideon start, time a run red. I'm from the root of King David, from the line of Abraham. Everything you do, me say you have to hold strong. But man a beat down dirty Babylon and free the youth them from confusion.
Hey, hail King Selassie of many sons of Jah Rastafari.
Yes, Empress, I.
Bless.
Okay,
Can
just.
you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you well. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to give some shout outs because I know you're closing.
Go ahead,
I
go
wanted to
ahead.
thank you.
It's
I
all you.
always thank you for your platform. I give thanks for all your energy. I know it takes a lot of energy to deal with these lives, so we give thanks to you. I give thanks for the patience of your empress and your daughter, because I know it takes a lot. It takes you away from them also. So we give thanks to them. Wanted to shout out Bendigo Records again. I give thanks for Nina Fall on a lot of different levels. She's all over the place with I. I wanted to big up Chess from Puzzle Promotion. She's been very detrimental in helping us do a lot of things online, especially Facebook, and we give thanks for her. The radio interviewer you were talking about earlier, his name is Black Santino, and his radio station is called Yard and Foreign. He just opened his radio station
Nice
in Ghana.
radio show. Very, very
We give
professional.
thanks. He's a part of the family now, so we
Good,
have an
good.
extension to our little circle, and we give thanks for that.
Yeah.
I also wanted to give a shout out to DJ Ross Iman in Atlanta. He's actually having a show on August 28th. It's called the Haile Selassie Roots Reggae Festival. The tickets are still available right now. They're $20 per ticket. If you're in the area, I would suggest you come forward. It's a tribute to His Majesty.
Yeah.
Since the COVID was kind of like the ordinances didn't lift to a point, he couldn't exactly do it on His Majesty's Earth Strong.
Of course.
But we're still making some sounds go through for the king. So I would like everybody to come forward and support him because he's very detrimental in our community in Atlanta where there's not many Rosses here. You can go to his Facebook page at DJ Ross Imon, IMON, and the information will be there to where you can get the tickets. I also wanted to shout out to Simon Splinter and Josh Franco and the legendary Jah Bless and all other artists that came before us, especially on the first rhythm that you played, the Jah Love rhythm.
Yes.
A lot of the artists that we played were artists that voiced on that rhythm way before I came along into Chop Chop production, so it kind of went in chronological order based on who was there first. So I just wanted to shout out all of those artists before me because maybe if I didn't hear them, I wouldn't be so inspired to make some sounds on that same rhythm.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to make those sounds. I give thanks to you, Fire Co. I love you like my brother from another mother. And Marcus, you know I love you like mangoes, so that's it. I give thanks, all right?
Mango, that says well. Yeah.
Yeah, I love mangoes, like truly.
Yeah, some do love mangoes. Yeah. Well, you couldn't say it better. And I give thanks for all of us for all our work of working together in solidarity and in one accord. Give thanks for Father Chop, John Marcus, wise African defender. Respect for the contribution, and I look forward for more work. So I want to say this. I will just sign off, and another brother is going to come. His name is Malcolm. He's a upcoming artist. He's going to use this platform, and I'm looking forward. His music is rap, positive, constructive, uplifting. He respect Rastafari. So if you're still online, like I'm going to turn off and he going to come. So who knows? I mean, the tune is just making big wave, big in all the black universities and college in the nation. So I'm looking forward to see his prestation. So I think we done, we good, or you still want to run a little bit tune, or you still want to say, anyone who want to say, just please, just you have the line. I need to go see if Malcolm Jason is here. Okay, so you take it over from here, Isis.
You're good.
Do you still want to say something, or whoever want to say more, please? I need to go find the upcoming artist. Is that good?
Fire talk, fire call.
Everything, give thanks for your time and give thanks for the blessing, and just bless the moment and Rastafari keep and guide and hopefully just bless Fire Code, bless Sizes, bless everyone in Chop Chop Production, because it's so much. If it's a star call name, you're a star calling. So bless everyone, hopefully.
Fire code. You know you have to say some ending words. You can't just go all quiet and mute. So
No, definitely. I'll take time out to bless up everyone in movement, all the artists that came forth and that continue to come forth through Chop Chop label, and give all strength to the Most High, Let us continue trotting on this path, and like Father Chop said, it's a journey. Let's keep treading the journey, journey of life.
so I just wanna thank both for the eyes, in general, without going into a whole bunch of Gucci-ness. So bless up yourself, said we.
Okay.
So yes, I didn't mean to interrupt anyone, but the artist that I just mentioned is here. He's going to take like 10-15 minutes just to cool down, and he's going to come online. So all being said, we can sign off now, or you want us to run some tune? Isis, it's on you.
Oh.
We good? Positive?
Positive.
Very good. I hope we did mission accomplished. It's
mission accomplished fully.
Chop is so important for those who want to get into tangible, real substance in terms of music, message. Your label is a blessing. It's a big the label Chop. It's a blessing. It's not a one person thing. I apologize for saying that. We can't wait to see Chop in established anchor in Africa, West Africa, South Africa. South Africa has a huge community of Rasta, and
when
they say
other folks into the field ready to do the work like I and I, man. So it's remain in life same way. So look around, although Earth So just give thanks
Yeah.
for the motivation, man. The earth is full of righteousness. The earth is full of real people.
Oh,
Advanced,
you're
the
so
switch and
right.
right out
You're
there.
so
So we
correct.
give thanks,
It's so
to
true.
see the whole aspect. The other youth into the field, man, ready because they tracking the whole aspect and the whole love and the whole vibe what we have to going through. So we give thanks for the great listening and the great time and the timing that everyone can be aware of something that's very important
Yeah.
towards our nation and towards where we're coming from, so we know where we're going.
Yes.
We just give thanks to Emperor Haile Selassie again, the King
Again
of Kings.
and
Give
again.
thanks to the King Emmanuel VII, Adonai God, Rastafari.
Yeah.
And now we give thanks to Honorable John Marcus I again before we leave. And we give thanks to Queen Amiga I, the mother of creation, the mother of civilization, the mother of royalness.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say this, my father told me something very, very important a couple of days ago. He just sort of said, look, my father is 80, 89, sharp mind, sharp. He said, look, around the world you have good people. You just got to know how to identify them, and they in turn got to be able to know that you are also a good person. If that is possible, if you can just recognize the good people out there, then you can build with them and something can be done. Otherwise, you just shy away, move away from those who are negative, those who are reactionary, those who just like to cultivate evil and be mean and to be reactionary. There are good people out here. Make no mistake. And they come in all form and shape and form.
The earth, you have good people, man. The earth is not just, remember it's earth. If you say the earth is the Lord, if you say the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, they that dwell therein.
Honorable Fasimba.
Yes, I'm here.
I know you're getting ready to close off, but our sister, the beloved Queen Debbie, she is requesting that you run a tune.
Okay. Which one?
So I don't want to tell you which tunes to run, but I'm just making you know that it's her last request to run a tune.
I hope I have it at the end. Which tune is that?
She didn't really say, but if it's up to me, I would have run the Father Chop tune. If you had that tune.
Okay, which one?
The Father Chop, the He's the One Father Chop tune.
Oh yeah, Father Chop. Okay. Where is it?
Even though it's not a dub-wise tune.
No, I know.
Pardon me, Queen W.
Yeah.
It's not on that playlist at all. That's the whole thing.
Maybe. It's okay. I have it. I think protection. That one, best friend, destiny, my Lord. No. So which one is that? Is the dub plate?
No, it's just He's the One. It's like
He's the one. Yeah. I know which one. Okay, I guess you got it. So. Oh,
one of them, and so are you. No matter if you're brown, white, or blue, let me tell you, King Selassie of many sons of Jah Rastafari. I am one of them, and so are you. Just one love, one God, you. We got to be Christ conscious.
That one. So that's the one, right? He the one, right?
Correct.
Well, I'm a DJ, right? I got everything at the tip of my finger, right?
I see that.
For the chap, he builds the rhythm. He's the one.
Chop Chop Productions, it's going down. Words of upliftment through music, word and sound. Some people meds be upside down. One bag of noise like crowd in town. Give thanks, Father Chop still around. God in the flesh, an angel who holds I down. Enough years him a build mad sound. They're upon a mission, for I him now go around. Some people them move like clown. Bleach up them rocks cause them not too like black or brown. Stop the madness, stand up now. Just like a circle, things come around. Babylon tried to make life hard. Big up to Zion from Judgment Yard. Him a young man now, soon bust large. King Rastafari's always in charge. No ghost riders, original bars. Only true ones and I them apart. As it was.
This is music with a mission. He's the one for the chap. For the chap, he builds the rhythm. He's the one for the chap. This is music with a mission. He's the one for the chap. For the chap, he builds the rhythm. He's the one.
Chop Chop Productions, it's going down. Words of upliftment through music, word and sound. Some people meds be upside down. One bag of noise like crowd in town. Give thanks, Father Chop still around. God in the flesh, an angel who holds I down. Enough years him a build mad sound. They're upon a mission, for I him now go around. Some people them move like clown. Bleach up them rocks cause them not too like black or brown. Stop the madness, stand up now. Just like a circle, things come around. Babylon tried to make life hard. Big up to Zion from Judgment Yard. Him a young man now, soon bust large. King Rastafari's always in charge. No ghost riders, original bars. Only true ones and I them apart. As it was written up in the stars. He set the standard, it's a high bar. Love myself and the whole I and I. Hail all the ancients who saw far I. Loyalty and honor, what a thing. Every day we'll stand up hailing the king. And Queen Omega, she so fly. Gave me the tools to soar and to reach the sky. King Emmanuel, school I and I. Zion water, never make our drums run dry. Fire burn Babylon and them evil eye. All the vices them used to spy. Keep your heart clean and stop tell lie. King Rastafari, he lives in I.
This is music with a mission. He's the one for the chap. For the chap, he builds the rhythm. He's the one for the chap. This is music with a mission. He's the one for the chap. For the chap, he builds the rhythm. He's the one.
Chop Chop Productions, up full sound. Some people too thief in them platforms, soon locked down. Many scam before plane touchdown. Some more we rate them cause money them spread all around. Enough tunes in my bill, mad sound. Them deep up him thing, fly out, then bust foreign ground. Rastafari holds I down. A worldwide thing so them can't go around. Father Chop spent time underground. This the original dub mix sound. Hail Mama Fire from August Town. One Rasta family, we're all around. Bless up yourself to Tafari sound. He keeps the king's name in your town. First lady, flow like the river, now water. Some call me Empress, Bingy say daughter. Roll with the priest, move away from the slaughter. Original Empress, but first I'm a Yorta.
Science them send go away. Rastafari him no rump nor play.
Queen Omega lives inside her eye. Marcus Garvey created the Black Star Line. Repatriation first is inside your mind. The boom field soon move like assembly line. Fire burn Babylon from them feds and spies and informants. Them send monks I and I. Keep your heart clean and stop tell lie. King Rastafari, he lives in I.
Uswadada, we give thanks. Then again, I'm going to sign off, and Malcolm Jackson, a artist, top quality, a rapper, is going to join in. Watch out for him. He's a good brother, highly talented. So I'm going to sign out. then we'll be